What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Cardano. Now, Cardano are building a hell of a project. This has been years and years and years and years in the making, but it's looking stronger than ever. As you'll see by the title, I have strong belief that Cardano can do very, very well in the upcoming in the next bull cycle. I'm also going to cover what's happening with Twitter at the moment, because Elon Musk's takeover of Twitter is certainly going to have ramifications to some degree for crypto. So we want to cover that as well. Before I get into all of that though, guys, if you're new to the channel, you may be wondering why you want to listen to me. These are the first 26 coins that I spoke about on this channel. They're the first 26 coins I held when I made this channel. Had you put in $100 into each of the coins that I spoke about and been the worst investor in history and never sold them, just sat on them all the way into what was now effectively a recession, you'd still, guys, be in profit for around 8.8K. Not too bad. And that's doing everything wrong. If you'd have done everything right and you'd sold these coins last year when the markets flew up, you'd have been in profit for 123K. Massive difference. And that's what happens between doing the right thing and the wrong thing. I sold these coins last year. They're not in my portfolio anymore. If you want to see the coins I own, go read copymycrypto.com. Links in the description. It's where I share my portfolio. I share every coin I buy. I share every coin I sell. We have beginners tutorials. We have step-by-step tutorials, because we've got a lot of members that have never invested in anything before. So those tutorials help everyone out. There's the same ones I pass on to my family if they want to get into crypto, so I don't have to sit with them. And guys, look, I deep dive into this market every damn day. I look for coins that I think are going to do massive gains. That's how I found Phantom. That's how I've done one Udemy course my entire life, and it was about Phantom being the best investment of 2020. It went up 677 times. So if you'd have put in $2,000, you'd have been a millionaire. Now, I'm going to find the next Phantom. And when I do, I'm not going to do a Udemy course like last time. I'm simply going to go onto my site and tell all my members. So if you want to find out about the next 100x coin and get in early, go read the site now. Link, guys, is in the description. So Cardano, priced at 41 cents. I genuinely can see this being a $5 coin or more. Now, to put that into context, a $5 coin, that's like 170 billion market cap. That's huge. I'm very aware of that. Now, Cardano, founded by Charles Hoskinson, who was one of the co-founders of Ethereum. It's a proof-of-stake blockchain. It has been years in the making. These are academics. They have written hundreds of academic papers about Cardano, trying to ensure that whenever they launch something, they launch it well without issues, as opposed to Ethereum, where we've seen them in the past. You know, CryptoKitty launched and crashed the entire blockchain. Now, Cardano, the Cardano founders are determined to make sure that this doesn't happen, which is why they've been very, very detail-oriented. They've done everything and talked everything through, written all these papers before launching anything, which has meant an immense amount of frustration for a lot of people that were Cardano investors, because it's been so slow moving. But Cardano is up and running now. Cardano has is now smart contract functional. Again, if you're unfamiliar with what a smart contract is, it's like the simplest example I could use is, say you order from a pizza shop. They say it's going to be 30 minutes. You put your money into escrow, and then if they deliver the pizza within 30 minutes, then the money is released. So the terms of the conditions have been met for the money to be released. That's what a smart contract is when conditions have been met and they go. Now, Cardano is being used by agricultural companies to track fresh food, produce from field to fork. They have heavily invested into Africa. Cardano is committed to transforming Africa by implementing its blockchain. The company's Africa strategy aims to drive the adoption of its platform in Africa and other developing countries. They are investing in training local developers and engaging local stakeholders in order to build a network in Africa. In Ethiopia, they have signed a memorandum of understanding with the government. The new memorandum of understanding outlines the company's commitment to improving the African continent. This is a big push that they're doing. The entirety of Africa. And part and parcel of that is obviously the enormous issues in terms of banking that are presently in Africa. A lot of people within Africa do not have access to a bank. It's not true of everywhere, obviously, but Cardano can help with that. That's one of the big pushes that they want to make. It's also partnered with World Mobile and the Ethiopian Ministry of Education to provide 5 million students with academic credentials. So it's really pushing for a boom in technological training. And that can only help Cardano fundamentally, because if tons of people end up getting trained up and then we end up, a few of them end up being outstanding developers, all of a sudden they're most likely to go to Cardano, the people that train them. So that bodes really well for Cardano. Cardano also is now one of the most developed on blockchains. I'll get that information up now. Now, Cardano, this is a slightly old article, but it's relevant because it's still true. So Cardano in July and June had the most development occurring on its blockchain, based on GitHub. It continues to be one of the leading developers. Obviously, Polkadot's up there, but I think Polkadot's winning right now. But Polkadot and Cardano are going big on full-blown development at the moment. That is key, and I constantly refer to that. But what was it? It beat Polkadot pretty well. 387 contributions versus 281, so it's a good win. I don't know what I think the stats are pretty similar now. I think Cardano's dropped down to about second or third, but Cardano is fundamentally being fully pushed and developed. They've recently had their Alonzo hard fork. They've also had the Basil upgrade. So now things are starting to look really positive for Cardano. The ecosystem has grown enormously. We're really starting to see growth and building. And guys, that's honestly the biggest thing. Like, the thing that I constantly reference, and you'll probably hear a lot of crypto YouTubers reference, to be fair, is when the markets are down, when nothing's happening, you have got to be building. And if you're not, you're standing still and you're going to get left behind when the next bull cycle hits. You'll rally in some small way, but you won't push forward and have huge growth. And Cardano will, because they are developing like mad at the moment. They've also got the Cardano Foundation and IOHK, which is also run by Charles Hoskinson. So the Cardano Foundation is the standards body that oversees the advancement of the Cardano ecosystem. They've got grant systems running now for Cardano, so they're incentivizing lots of people to come and build, as they should be. I think, honestly, the future looks so damn bright for Cardano. And I'll put it into context for the $5. The $5 puts it a market cap of 170 billion. Now, if Bitcoin hits 100K, that's got about 1.9 trillion market cap or thereabouts, right? Call it 2 trillion. If Ethereum hits 10K, Ethereum's going to have a 1.2 trillion market cap. So Cardano would be a 10th of Ethereum's. That's not that is achievable. It's a big ask because it's never hit $5. It did hit 3 last year, which is pretty good. And the chart actually doesn't look bad when you look at it, when you zoom out. When you zoom in, to be fair, the chart looks pretty bleak for Cardano. That's just the last year. So the charts for Cardano in the short term look bleak, but the long term plus the fundamentals, Cardano for me is a big, big, big winner. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know. If you're a returning viewer, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get that percentage down. We had 80% of people that were returning viewers had never subscribed. We got that down to 75%. I'd love to get that down to 70%. So if you are a returning viewer, just hit that subscribe button. It would really do us good for the channel. And guys, if you want to see the coins I own in my portfolio, go read copymycrypto.com. It's where I share my portfolio, every coin I buy and every coin I sell. Guys, I deep dive this market all the damn time, every waking hour. I find the big winners. I found Phantom. I'm going to find another Phantom that can do those gains. And when I do, I will tell the members why I believe it, why I think it can do that, why its fundamentals are stronger than everyone else's. If you want to learn about the next 100x coin and get in early, you want to read that site. And if you've not invested in anything before, we have step-by-step tutorials for anyone. So there is literally no barrier to entry. But yeah, go read the site, guys. Link is in the description. And guys, Elon Musk bought Twitter. He finally bought Twitter. So what he has actually done is effectively, well, I mean, it's fairly obvious he's bought Twitter. He also fired CEOs and the CEO and a couple top execs. Now, what this does seem to do is this is certainly going to have an impact on crypto. Doge obviously surged the moment that it was announced. The billionaire has suggested using Doge for payments on Twitter, and it's also become a proxy for sentiment about Musk. So Doge obviously rallied. Potential crypto plans for Twitter still remain unclear, but Musk discussed the logic for Twitter integrating digital payments into its service, while Twitter previously added Bitcoin tipping in 2021 and added Ether wallets to the feature earlier this year. Twitter also became the first company to try out a new program for payments processor Stripe, which in April announced a feature enabling payments in USDC. Overall, obviously, Musk's takeover has been touted as a win for crypto because he's been one of the most vocal influences, both positive and negative, let's be honest, right? Because he certainly pushed Doge to the stratosphere, and Dogecoin holders will forever be grateful, I'm sure, although there'll be a lot of people that got burnt by that as well for buying in too high. He also did he also did crap on Bitcoin's environmental impact multiple times, which really had a downward impact on the markets. Hopefully, in another position of power that he's in, he doesn't get too loose with his language regarding crypto, because his behavior pattern does, and what he says does impact the markets, and he does have to understand that. But if he's going to say anything, at least say something positive so we see a nice rally. But I think we're going to see crypto integration into Twitter. I'm sure there's also going to be some work done about stopping bots as well, which would be a great thing for crypto overall too. But let's see. Anyway, that's it from me, folks. Take it easy. Bye-bye.